Good day, folks, and welcome to our weekly forecast video. And there isn't really much to talk about regarding the markets this week. As you all know, we are bearish on cable, fiber, Aussie dollar, New Zealand dollar, and we are looking to go long on dollar index, USD CHF, USD JPY, and USD CAD. So now, with that said, looking at last week's price action, I emphasized in last week's forecast video that we are going to have a correction in the market, right? There wasn't a case where it's not a case that we're just gonna see a strong dollar all the way to the upside in a parabolica. No, that's not gonna happen, right? As of last week, I emphasized that we're gonna get a correction, and we got that when price traded into this weekly bearish order block. Now, what does that mean for the dollar? Yes, the dollar has been weak across the board on most majors from last week up until London session today, right? So during London session, we saw a bit of a weakness correction as an upside move on the dollar index, but I really don't see that as a sustained rally. You see, I don't see dollar pushing to the upside much this week. I expect it to trade between the range of 92.34 and the 92 price point, meaning whenever you are looking at the dollar index this week, make sure you understand the fundamentals that are up during the week so that you know how you are going to be trading the dollar. So let's look at the fundamentals quickly. I'm just going to mainly focus on dollar for this week's forecast video because I need to give you guys at least something to do, right? Once you have seen my dollar analysis, then you should be in a position to link that analysis to the other pairs that you are trading. So I'm going to focus a bit on dollar index this week so that you get to see how I come up to a decision to say, okay, I'm going to trade long here or I'm going to trade short there, right? So as of now, we are bullish on dollar, but at this moment in time, dollar is going to offer opportunities to trade to the downside on King Dollar, right? To the downside, to which price point is our target? 92. We don't want to see dollar trade below 92 or 91.50. If that happens, then we have a short-term bearish momentum on the dollar. Now looking ahead on the fundamentals this week, right? So Monday is done already. We look at Tuesday. We've got for the dollar, we've got the core CPI, that's for the month of June, and we also have the two FOMC members speaking, right? That should bring some volatility on the dollar index. Then we've got on Wednesday, we've got the RBNZ interest rate decision. That's going to be key for NZD USD. And we also have core PPI for the dollar. Then we have the PPI. This is definitely going to move dollar index. It's going to be volatile. Wednesday, 2:30. We also have BOC Monetary Policy, Bank of Canada, and their interest rate decisions. Then we have crude oil inventories. So expect Wednesday to be actually volatile in terms of price movement. Then come Thursday, we have average earnings from Britain, and then we also have initial jobless claims from the United States. And then we've got the Philly Fed Manufacturing Index, that's around New York Open. Expect Wednesday and Thursday to be volatile days. Then Friday, we have BOJ in focus, right? Bank of Japan. So we've got the monetary policy for the BOJ. And then we also have their press release and outlook report. And then we also have for the euro the core CPI and the CPI news for June. So yeah, that's pretty much looking ahead into the week. We also have retail sales from the United States on Friday, but by this time already we should already be either out of our positions or making sure we are holding them for a while. So Wednesday and Thursday, expect quite volatility in the market. That makes Tuesday crucial, and Tuesday we've got the core CPI news. Now when we come to the chart, we can clearly see on a daily time frame, right, dollar traded to 92.099, which was the target for last week short positions, right? I told you expect dollar to find support around that price point. Now we also have, right, we also have this area here. What do we have here? So we've got the 9179, so that's 91.80, right? This price point and 91.64. If dollar is to correct further to the downside, expect these levels to provide resistance. Now, I'm saying if it corrects to the downside, right? Meaning we do not want to see dollar trade below these levels, because if that happens, then dollar has got the potential to crash back towards the 90 price point. Now, what is it that we need to see for dollar to test, say, the 91.80 or the 91.64 price points? What is it that we have to see in the market? Right, we need to see a bit of weakness tomorrow or Wednesday during London Open. When that is happening, it means the law of the week is being formed, right? You can see we had a fair value gap right there, and it was filled here and here. Every time price is finding support and rallies back. You can see Friday we closed right at 92, Monday open it rallied, right? That was a bit of dollar trying to gain a bit of momentum, yet in actual fact we are looking for a bit of correction. That means you'd have been looking for dollar to close the fair value gap to the upside, which happened last week Thursday and Friday, and it provided resistance right here on this bearish order block. So yeah, shorts would have been ideal for those that trade on Monday from 92,350. Right, now if we are expecting a bit of further correction on dollar index, long opportunities ideal from 91.80 and 91.64. Now what do we need to see in our intermarket analysis for us to further enhance our outlook on dollar, to say okay, we are going to be bullish on dollar? Now if we go to investing.com, right, I'm just gonna go to my portfolio here, which is something that I advise you guys to do. You must have your portfolio on investing.com of the assets that you are trading, right? So we got the futures market, right? You can see across board futures market, they were weak, but not by much, except for the NZD futures. They dropped big time on the daily. They're down minus 0.26%. And then the rest, they've got modest losses for the day. Now, when we come to the yields, right, mainly the 10-year yield, you can see the yield is up, right? It's up to 1.370. That's almost plus 1% for the day. That's a strong bullish outlook, strong bullish price action on the US 10-year bond yields. Now, why the yields, right? The yields are very important in the way that we trade the dollar index, right? The yields are very important in the way that we trade the dollar index. Like I said earlier on Friday, the more we see the US 10-year yields finding support and rallying to the upside, the more we see the yields finding support and rallying to the upside, we are going to see quite a strong dollar. And that is exactly what's happening. Now, when you look at this chart for the 10-year yields, what do you see? You can clearly see we've got, let me just grab my trend line too. We've got this fair value gap here on the 10-year yields, right? So this is today's high. That's today's high, and in between, that is our fair value gap. We've got the liquidity void. Now, what is that going to provide in terms of our understanding of where dollar is going to go? Price will likely fill up this fair value gap on dollar index. You see, price will likely fill it up, and when that is happening, it means we are seeing dollar pushing to the upside. That would mean on dollar index, it has found support. Now, it would have found support where, right? If we look on the chart, you can see here this down close candle here. Remember, when market is in a bullish momentum, expect down candles to provide support. So we're expecting the 10-year yields to at least recover some of these losses that it incurred last week. But once this gap is filled, now it will face a bit of resistance. So this down close candle here has provided what? Support. Let me highlight that. Right, so this down candle has provided support. Let me go to a lower time frame. Let me go to H4 so that you guys can see properly what I'm talking about. So that's the price action on the US 10-year yields. You can see that price is rallying to the upside after finding support in this bullish order blow. Now, look at this down close candle in here. This down close candle here provided support, then price rallied, right? We created a high. We found support, resistance in this old high. Now, once we start creeping above this old high, expect this liquidity void to be filled. And while that is happening, then you should see dollar finding support in relation to where price is, right? If price is trading above 92.099, then longs are ideal. The moment we break below 92.099, expect 91.80 to be your next focal point for long trades, or 91.64. You can see it's price points that are inside this down close candle, of which we expect this candle to provide support, right? So by looking at the bond yields, you can see they all rallied today. market will be closing very soon. You can see the US 5-year rallied almost plus 1.78%, 20-year plus 1.04. So expect dollar to rally to the upside. So Tuesday we could see the low of the week, or Wednesday during London Open. If that does not happen, then longs are ideal from current price action with your stops below this level here, 91.64. So this is what I wanted to show you guys in respect to the dollar index. Yes, when we look at the COT number, right, when we look at the commitment of traders number for dollar, we can note that the commercials, they are extremely net short. What do I mean by net short? Extremely net short. They've got longs of just above 735, and then they've got shorts 13,755. You subtract the longs from the shorts, the difference that you get, that's the number that determines that they are net short, right? That's where the correction is coming in. But intermarket analysis, besides the COT report, intermarket analysis, looking at the bond yields, looking at the interest rates, the bond market, price is actually looking to go to the upside. There's further evidence for dollar to push to the upside, but of course corrections will happen. So this down close candle here on H4, you see here, this is our old this is an old bearish order block. Price broke to the upside, so expect it to provide support, or we should see price fall all the way to 91.80. Wait, let me just highlight that correctly. 91.80. That is your ideal area for longs also, and 91.644. So the reason why I have emphasized more on dollar index is so that you guys look at Euro USD. I'm not gonna do Euro USD analysis. I'm not gonna do pound analysis. I'm not gonna do yen analysis. This is now part of your homework, right? And I would like to see your analysis charts. Send them to me privately on BullishFX Telegram, because I've noted some people, they send me on my personal number. I hardly check that Telegram, guys, so you might send to that Telegram and I'll take maybe 2-3 days to look at that. But on the BullishFX handler username for Telegram, yeah, that one straight away I'll get the message. So yeah, this is what I wanted to look at in terms of our weekly forecast. We are still bullish on dollar index, but expect a bit of corrections going to the downside, and the 92.099 and the 91.80 and 91.64, these are ideal areas for long positions, especially the 92.099, because this level here, once we break below, let me see, once we break below 91.98, that is the low of this candle here, 91.985. Once we break below that price point, we should see price test 91.8, which will be also an ideal area for you to load your long positions. So yeah, don't forget, create your portfolio. You can see here the bond yields. It's easy to do this, guys, because it's going to give you a snapshot on the lookout of what is happening, because you can't be tracking all these things the whole day. You look at this towards market close so that you make a decision on what you're going to do the following day. And if you look at the bond markets, if the bond yields are green like this, the bond markets should be seeing lower prices, and that's exactly what is happening, but not by much. You see, that's the thing, not by much. The largest move that we got on the bond market was on the 5-year T-notes. a move of negative 0.07. Then we also have the 30-year T-note, just a move of negative 0.05. So there isn't much move, meaning we should see a bit of a consolidation on the bond market. Yes, and then we also have the bond yields. These guys, they did erase some of the losses from last week, and you can see some of these guys here, they're already talking of yields recover some ground ahead of next week's auctions. Yeah, so I think the Fed is going to auction some of the yield markets. So yeah, that's pretty much about it for you guys this week. And don't forget the assignment that I've given you. It's going to help you in understanding price action. You already know what I'm anticipating dollar to do in the following week, coming days or so. So yeah, that should be an easy assignment for you to analyze dollar JPY, Euro USD, and Pound USD. There's also gold. When you look at gold, just to quickly wrap up on what I think of gold. I think we're gonna get another explosive move to the downside. The reason why I'm saying an explosive move, look at the open interest for gold. It increased by 12,400 points, and if you look at the commercials, they are largely net short, right? They are largely net short. So expect dollar to face a bit of a resistance, either from current price action or inside this range here, right? So the 18.17 price point on gold is likely to provide resistance, and price should trade to the downside. So yeah, that's pretty much about it. So gold, look at 1817, or right inside this H4 bearish order block. What's the 50% mean threshold there? 50% we are looking at, right? What's the price? 18 so we're looking at 1818, 1819 to be ideal shorting opportunities for the precious metal. So yeah, that's pretty much about it for today, guys, and hopefully guys stay safe wherever you are, especially the folks in KZN and Gauteng. Try to keep safe, guys, and stay safe. So yeah, I wish you guys good luck and happy trading in this week. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, guys, make sure you subscribe so that you don't miss any uploads that I do, and make sure the notification icon is selected. And if you are new to the channel, unfortunately you're only gonna see this video Thursday London Open or New York Open, because first priority is given to the mentorship group so that they utilize what we have discussed. They utilize that in their trading. So yeah, I wish you guys good luck and happy trading. Thank you, folks.